Do you actually know your English level? Today, I'll be testing your English listening from A1 to C2. Each level will become more difficult, the vocabulary will become more advanced, the sentences will become longer, and the ideas will become more complex. And I will slowly start speaking more naturally and like a native English speaker. So watch until the end, answer all the questions, and watch until the very end of the video, because that is where I will explain each English level in detail and what it means if you passed a certain level. So here are the rules. Rule 1, do not use subtitles the first time you watch this video. Rule 2, listen to each section. And at the end of each section, I will ask you 3 questions. Do your best to answer these questions and put your answers in the comments. If you get 2 or 3 correct, you probably understand that level. If you get 0 or 1 correct, then that level is probably too difficult for you right now. This is not an official English listening exam, but it'll give you a good idea where your English listening level is at. So if you're ready, let's get started with A1. This is A1 English. Listen carefully. Hello, my name is Volka. I'm at home. I am in my room. I am in my living room. I have a phone. I have a chair. I have a desk. Today, I am making a video. I am speaking English. I am speaking slowly. I like English. I like teaching English. I want to help you. English is not easy, but you can learn. Listen every day. Speak every day. Little by little, your English gets better. Now answer these 3 questions to test your listening comprehension. First question, where am I? Question 2, what am I making? Question 3, what language am I speaking? Here are the answers to these 3 questions. If you got 2 or more correct, your English level is probably A1 or higher. Remember to stick around to the very end to see what your English level means. Now let's do the A2 listening test. This is A2 English, so listen carefully. Yesterday morning, I woke up at 8 o'clock. I was a little tired, so I made a cup of coffee. After that, I checked my phone and answered some messages. Then I went outside to buy food. There is a small supermarket near my apartment. I bought eggs, rice, chicken, and some fruit. The supermarket was busy because many people were shopping before lunch. When I came home, I cooked a simple meal. It was not amazing, but it was healthy. Later, I cleaned my room, worked on a video, and called a friend. It was a normal day, but I felt happy because I finished everything I needed to do. That was A2. Now answer these 3 questions. Question 1, what time did I wake up? Remember to leave your answers in the comments. Question 2, where did I go? Question 3, did I feel happy? Here are the answers. Question 1, the answer was B, 8 o'clock. Question 2, the answer was A, to a supermarket. Question 3, the answer was B, because I finished everything I needed to do. So if you got 2 or 3 correct, then you probably understand this level. And let's go on to the next one now. 3,000. That is the amount of words you need to understand up to 95% of spoken English. But if you want to keep improving after that, I've now added the next 2,000 most common English words. So you can build the full 5,000 word set and understand up to 98% of spoken English. So now you can start with the 3,000 word PDF, continue with the next 2,000 word PDF, or get both together as the full 5,000 most common English words PDF that will allow you to understand up to 98% of spoken English. And in these new versions, there are now images as well to help you learn even faster. Each PDF includes clear definitions, real examples, and simple organization to help you stop studying random words and focus on the vocabulary that actually matters. You can get them from the link in the description or at volkaenglish.com. Last year, I took a train to visit a city I had never been to before. At first, everything was fine. I bought my ticket, found the right platform, and got on the train without any problems. But when I arrived, I realized I had made a small mistake. I got off at the wrong station. The names of the two stations were similar, and I had not checked carefully. For a few minutes, I felt stressed because my phone battery was almost dead. I needed to meet my friend at a cafe, but I did not know where it was. So I went into a small shop and asked the owner for help. He was very kind. He showed me the correct station on a map and told me which bus to take. I was 30 minutes late, but my friend was not angry. Actually, she laughed and said, "At least now you have a good travel story." In the end, the mistake was annoying, but it taught me to check station names more carefully. Question 1. What mistake did I make? Question 2. Why did I feel stressed? Question 3. How did the shop owner help me? Remember, you can pause the video if you need more time to answer these questions. Here are the answers to the 3 questions. Remember, if you got 2 or 3 correct, you probably understand this level. Now let's move on to B2 English. And remember, guys, to tell me what level you are at in the comments once this whole test is finished. Let's go. Now, B2 English. Remember to listen carefully and to tell me what your English level is at the end. A few months ago, I planned to go hiking with 2 friends. The weather forecast said there might be light rain in the afternoon, but the morning looked clear, so we decided to go anyway. At first, the hike was beautiful, the sky was gray, but the air was fresh, and the trail was quiet. After about an hour, however, the weather started to change. The wind became stronger, the clouds got darker, and we heard thunder in the distance. One of my friends wanted to keep going because we were already close to the viewpoint, but my other friend said it was better to turn back before the storm got worse. At first, I was disappointed because I really wanted to reach the top, but after a few minutes, the rain became extremely heavy and the trail became slippery. That was when I realized turning back was the right decision. If we had continued, we might have been stuck on the mountain during a storm. Later, we found a small restaurant near the trail and had lunch there instead. The day did not go as planned, but it was still a good day because we made a safe choice. Sometimes changing your plan is not failure. Sometimes it's just common sense. Now time for the 3 questions. Why did we decide to go hiking at first? Question 2. Why did one friend want to continue? Question 3. What is the main lesson of the story? Here are the answers to all the questions. If you got 2 or more correct, you most likely understand this level. Now, let's go to the advanced levels, C1 and C2. This is C1 English. Social media is strange because it gives people the feeling of connection while often making them feel more alone. You can open your phone and immediately see what hundreds of people are doing. Someone is traveling, someone is getting married, someone is starting a business, someone is posting a perfect breakfast that probably took 40 minutes to arrange and 5 seconds to eat. At first, this can feel entertaining, but over time, it can quietly change the way you see your own life. Normal moments start to feel boring, rest starts to feel lazy, privacy starts to feel like invisibility. And instead of asking, did I enjoy this? People start asking, can I post this? The problem is not that social media is evil. That would be too simple. The real problem is that these platforms are usually designed to keep your attention, not necessarily to make you happier, wiser, or more peaceful. And when your attention becomes the product, your emotions become part of the business model. That does not mean everyone should delete every app and go live in a forest, although honestly, some people on the internet could probably use a weekend outside. It means we need to be more aware of how these platforms shape our habits, our confidence, and even our idea of what a successful life looks like. First question, according to the passage, why is social media strange? Question 2, what do I mean by when your attention becomes the product? Question 3, what is my attitude towards social media? Here are the answers to those 3 questions. If you got 2 or more right, let's go on to the final level, C2, the most advanced English level. Don't just watch this lesson and forget it. Get the workbook for this video on my website and practice everything from the lesson more deeply. Inside, you'll review the grammar, vocabulary, tenses, sentence patterns, comprehension questions, and real English from this video with clear explanations and exercises. Watching helps you understand, but practicing helps you remember. And when you buy 5 or more workbooks, you automatically get 30% off at checkout. The link is in the description or at volkaenglish.com. Now, C2 English. Most English learners do not need this level, so if you don't understand it completely or at all, don't worry. But if you do, then your listening comprehension is extremely strong. This is C2 English. Listen carefully. Whenever a new technology changes the way information moves, people tend to have 2 opposite reactions. One group says it will destroy society, the other says it will solve almost everything. History suggests that both sides are usually exaggerating. When books become easier to produce, more people could access knowledge, but that did not magically make everyone wise. When television became popular, people could see the world from their living rooms, but they could also be influenced by whoever controlled the screen. Now we are living through a similar shift with algorithms, artificial intelligence, and personalized feeds. The issue is not simply that information is available. The issue is that information is selected, ranked, shortened, framed, and delivered to us before we even realize a choice has been made. That creates a strange situation. People feel more informed because they see more content, but they may actually be seeing a narrower version of reality. Not because someone is always lying to them, but because the system learns what keeps them watching. Over time, that can make public conversation more emotional, more reactive, and less patient. Complicated problems start to look simple, opponents start to look evil, and uncertainty starts to look like weakness. The real danger is not that technology thinks for us. The real danger is that it trains us to stop thinking slowly. And slow thinking is where judgment, humility, and real understanding usually begin. First question, what does the speaker suggest about people's reactions to new technology? Question 2, what is the main concern about algorithms and personalized feeds? Question 3, what does the speaker mean by technology trains us to stop thinking slowly? Here are the answers to those 3 questions. If you got 2 or more correct, then your English comprehension is very good. That means you could understand fast, complex, and abstract English with layered ideas, implied meaning, and native style phrasing. Again, guys, all the levels are only an estimate. It's not exact, but it gives you a good idea where your English level is currently at. Now, guys, time for your results. If you passed level A1, you can understand very basic English when it's slow and clear. If you passed level A2, you can understand simple, everyday English about familiar topics. If you passed level B1, then you could understand clear stories and the main points of familiar situations. If you passed level B2, you can understand longer explanations, reasons, consequences, and opinions when the topic is not familiar. If you passed C1, you can understand abstract ideas, implied meaning, tone, attitude, and natural humor. And if you pass C2, then your comprehension is extremely strong. You can understand complex, fast, and native style English with little difficulty. Now I want you guys to comment your results. Are you an A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, or C2 English learner? And if you want to improve your English comprehension more, make sure to check out all my comprehensible input videos. I have over 100 and they teach you English naturally. And there are no boring lessons or classes, so make sure you check out all my videos on my channel. And if you guys want to have a native English test to see if your English is at a native level, let me know in the comments by typing native English test and I'll make that video for you guys as well. And remember guys, you will become fluent in English. Bye guys. Yo, what are you working on?
Yo, I'm working on my channel right now. I just started. I'm going to be posting once a week if you guys want to check it out.
I'll be posting my shadowing stories on my second channel, Volka. And I've also started posting these videos as podcasts. Do you understand English but feel nervous when you speak? Join my Patreon for my speaking, pronunciation, and shadowing course with over 90 video lessons. You'll practice pronunciation, accent, rhythm, and natural speaking with step-by-step video lessons, plus new lessons every week. Get it in the description.